Windows 95. Back in the days, I was 10 years old. Yeah, I remember the days. Well, today we're going to do something special on this Conquering Dutchman channel, and we're going to review one of the first operating systems I used. I used an operating system before 95, and it's 3.11 Windows for Workgroups, something like that. I mean, Google it. I think it's 3.11, something like that. So before 95, I was already using Windows. But this one was the first one when I had a Pentium 1 computer, like the 166 megahertz version. It came preloaded with Windows 95. And we're going to relive those days a little bit. So let's see. Windows 95. This is the basic installer. So you had some accessories, games, solitaire, FreeCell, internet tools. You had the Internet Explorer browser, which is a thing of the past right now in 2021. But in the early days of the internet, like Internet Explorer was a shit. Multimedia, so CD player. If you had a CD-ROM, you could play music, volume control, sound recorder. You couldn't. If you have a very cheap ass microphone or whatever, you could. I think back then, like some of the computers had USB, but you still had those old ports on the back of computers. You could do some sound recording, but all very basic. But it came all inside Windows 95, which is great. System tools, system defragger, scan disk, like system monitor. Let's just fire this one up. So this is all running from the browser. I'm not even sure if it's gonna respond with anything I do. Kernel processor usage. Wow, so advanced. 95. So this was built in the early 90s. This was the first operating system from Windows. Let's go into the control panel. Joystick, multimedia, network, password, system. Let's see what we can find on this system. So 95 registered to somebody. 16 MBs of RAM. Device management. Let's see if we can get more information on mouse, system devices. Do we have information about ports, the COM ports, the printer port? We used to play video games over this port. You have this basic printer cable that you get in the back of your system, and you connect it to another computer, and through this printer port you can also send data back and forth, and that's how we play Command and Conquer, Tiberian Sun. That's what it was, Great. Sound, video, and game controllers. Let's see if this has Creative Labs Sound Blaster. Yes, it is. It had a Sound Blaster. Display adapter, which is basically video card. Let's see if we get more information on this. Properties from this one. S3 display adapter driver not available. Date 96. Update drivers. Yeah, this really takes me back. Let's see, modem. Of course, before the internet we had modems, dial-up modems. Add new hardware. So this was the time of plug and play. When you did have a USB port or you had a new piece of hardware, you just put it in, and the first time you boot your operating system, it will detect that piece of hardware. And you usually had a floppy disk or even a CD-ROM to install the driver on top of that Windows system. Nowadays, you plug something in, it looks through the internet. Like there's a whole library of drivers, and it does it for you within a heartbeat, because it's a couple of MBs most of the time, the driver, to download it. Back then you need a USB drive, or you need a floppy, or you need a CD. Different times, definitely. So this is the control panel. Let's go to this, because basically this was just a graphical user interface on top of MS-DOS. Ooh, what a nice color. Can we change this? So show me the directory. Let's see if we can make this a little bit better. Just a second. Oh, this mouse sucks. Okay, we're on a full screen. Okay, it doesn't really work at all. Exit. So that was MS-DOS. You could, go to your floppy drive or go to an external hard drive or stuff like that. MS-DOS still exists up until this day in Windows, but it's not as prominent no more as back then. DOS was really the way to get around it. And we had the Explorer, of course. So you have the C drive, your home drive basically, with the program files and the Windows files here. You could boot up all the different kind of applications here, which I will do when run DL drive space. Sorry. No. Here the floppy drive and the physical disk, basically. So the operating system and a floppy disk. What else can we show you? Run, find, settings, the taskbar. Okay. Menu. See what else can we run? Properties. Yeah, it's the same. There's not much to see here. Startup, nothing. So if you would install, for instance, a new piece of hardware, you could drag the icon here. Internet mail, internet news. Yeah, it's great. It's so nostalgic. This came out. It did come out in '95, but I think it was created between '93, '94. I think it took Microsoft a couple of years to make this happening. But I was coming from Windows 3.11 workgroups. Maybe you can even find a copy of those and run it. But this is just a little trip down memory lane. Let's see what do we have. Can we change the background? Oh yeah, screensaver. Remember those? Maze. Let's see if it does it. Oh, this is really slow. Let's see if we can go. No, this is not good. So I'm running this on a website. It's called the archive.org, which is basically the Internet Archive. It indexes websites, but also old software. Let's see if we can still. No, we'll stop it. Windows 95. Windows 95 emulated in the browser via DOSBox. I mean, we'll do a couple of views of this, but 95 was pretty basic. It was released in 95 when I was 10 years old, but I have great memories of this piece of software. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope to bring you more, like in 98, the second edition. We had ME, which is the Millennium Edition, XP, maybe even Windows 7, which is not, it's not old yet, but it's not supported anymore. And maybe a couple of Linux versions. I just want to do a little bit of review of those kind of operating systems that I used in the past. You might be interested in this. See, I'm an old dog, I want to just document this. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next one.